What's up, guys? Here in the Bay Area, it's about 2 a.m. God's already rocking us. God's already moving us. He's already stirring us up. He's already motivating us. Just the stories we've heard today, just the testimonies and the faith that we've seen is really motivating, and it sparks a fire in us. So we're hoping that these testimonies will spark a fire in you as well.
It is absolutely crazy, the stories you've already run into. We're out here with Pastor Russ in the Bay Area, and we just went to his church, and they have a deaf ministries there. And we seen the deaf pastor, and I've seen him before, and I knew there was a story behind it. He's burnt, 90% of his body is burnt. And I asked, well, what happened? And Pastor Russ goes, well, he was in an apartment one time, and something happened down in the basement. And it was something like a hot water heater. The hot water heater was spewing gas, and he had went down there with another guy, and right when he was looking at it, it caught a spark, and the whole entire thing blew up. He caught on fire. The other guy took off running, and he told somebody else that he was down there. The ambulance came, and they were taking him out on the gurney, and they were going to the hospital. They thought he was dead. They thought he was gone. And he's signing with his hands something. And they're like, what is going on? One of the nurses later asks, what was he signing? And his family tells him he was just signing, praising his God. He was praising his God through something big like that. He had almost lost his life. He knew that for the entire rest of his life, his image was completely changed. But yet he was praising his God. Just as Jesus endured the cross, he was enduring that situation. How crazy is that? And then we're at Russ's house, and a guy is working just on the oven. And he had known the guy, and the guy had fixed the oven. And Russ goes, what's your daily charge? What do I owe you? And the guy was like, no, I'm not going to take your money. Just pray for me. And Russ goes, absolutely. And so we go to pray for him, and Russ goes, this guy right here is the top 5 testimony ever. And I'm like, there's a lot of good testimonies. The guy was like, God saved my life 3 times. The first time I needed a liver, and it failed. I got the transplant, but it failed. Second time comes along, and actually they had a family friend who had died, and that person's family was like, to the doctors, it was kind of blackmail, but to the family, to the doctors, they were like, you can take 5 of these organs and give them to others, but you have to give the liver to Paulo. And the doctors were like, that means we have to skip somebody on the list. They go to Paulo, and they were like, we will do this, but go take a look at who you're going to take this liver from, and you make the decision. We can do this, but you make the decision. Paulo goes and takes a look at who he's taking the liver from and who was originally on the list. It was a mother with 2 kids. Paulo comes back to the doctor and says, give that liver to her. Paulo knew in that moment that he was laying down his life so that she could live. So that she could live and take care of her 2 kids. Paulo knew he was going to die. Paulo later goes on, and God revealed himself to him in a dream. He had a dream, and this is crazy to me because obviously it's never happened to me. You don't hear of it much. But he had a dream, and he had a dream with the exact name of who's going to give him a liver. He goes into the hospital sometime later on, and the doctor's like, we got a liver for you, let's go. And Paulo goes, this is going to sound crazy, but God gave me this name. Doctor goes back to his charts, and it was the exact name of the person that was going to give him a liver. Paulo's wife was a Christian during this whole time, and I bet you she was praying for him this entire time. Paulo's seen how God showed up. Paulo's seen how God provided. Paulo's seen his part in God's story. Paulo, after that, surrendered himself to God because he knew that there was a big God. He knew that there was a God bigger than our situations. He knew that God took care of him in that moment. See, the powerful thing is, Paulo saved that woman's life by giving that liver up. Paulo's life was saved for whoever gave that liver to him. But the real thing is, he's eternally saved now. he could spend eternity in heaven with God. But now he has this story that can impact so many others. And that's what we're out here for. We're out here searching for stories like this that are going to change the world, of how God's moving in America that's going to change people. We're here to transform lives and change the world through the power of Jesus Christ. So out here this summer, we're on a relentless pursuit with the mentality of whatever it takes. And we can't wait to see all the connections we're going to make. We can't wait to see all the connections we're going to make through you guys. So continue to follow us. Stay tuned for all the crazy stories that are about to come. And just follow us along the journey. See you guys soon.